Howdy folks, Sam Moore here with all the tech news you need. This is the Digit Daily podcast for February 8th, 2019. I'm still sick, and the worst part of it is coffee makes my throat even more sore, which makes these early morning starts even tougher. But I do it for you, listeners. Also for money. I do it, it's my job, I do it for money also. Anyway, let's get right into it. Jeff Bezos was in the news yesterday after he published a blog post on Medium detailing encounters over email he had with the National Enquirer and its publisher, American Media Inc. You may remember AMI and its CEO David Pecker from all the news coverage last year of using catch-and-kill tactics for the Trump campaign during the 2016 election. Now, apparently, AMI seems to have threatened Bezos with the publication of intimate photos of himself and Lauren Sanchez, a news anchor who has been linked to Bezos as part of an affair. That's right, Jeff Bezos has dick pics. This is all seemingly to get Bezos to say he and his legal team found no link between AMI and Saudi Arabia. However, AMI and Mr. Pecker seem to have forgotten the kind of leeway being the richest man in the world affords you. Rather than capitulate to extortion and blackmail, I've decided to publish exactly what they sent me, despite the personal cost and embarrassment they threaten, Bezos wrote. In the blog post, Bezos also mentioned retaining his lawyer, Gavin de Becker, to investigate with, quote, whatever budget he needed. Again, richest man in the world, even the highest lawyer fees are chump change. AMI claims in the emails that what it's doing isn't illegal, because it's newsworthy, and reflects poorly on Bezos' business judgment. Something Amazon shareholders could see. Bezos responded to that claim, saying, quote, I founded Amazon in my garage 24 years ago and drove all the packages to the post office myself. Today, Amazon employs more than 600,000 people, just finished its most profitable year ever, even while investing heavily in new initiatives, and it's usually somewhere between the number 1 and number 5 most valuable company in the world. I will let those results speak for themselves. He concluded the letter saying, quote, of course, I don't want personal photos published, but I also won't participate in their well-known practice of blackmail, political favors, political attacks, and corruption. I prefer to stand up, roll this log over, and see what crawls out. Well, we may not know much about Bezos' dick pics, but I feel like we all just got a good indication of the size of his balls. Sounds like AMI and the National Enquirer have gone dark on the matter, but we'll be sure to offer updates should anything new come out. Now then, why don't we move on and get into the roundup? Google Fiber is leaving Louisville, Kentucky. Fiber had trouble in the city from start to finish, from taking Louisville to court over a law prohibiting moving other companies' equipment on telephones, something the city spent over $400,000 defending, to making a mess of its roads with micro trenches it dug for cables and didn't adequately cover. The company admitted in a blog post it didn't live up to its own, quote, high standards, and so it's leaving. But hey, at least they fixed the roads. Sprint is suing AT&T over the company's misleading 5GE branding. For those of you that haven't heard us talk about this nauseating practice yet, AT&T has started offering a service called 5G Evolution, though it's still just a 4G LTE advanced connection. Sprint apparently commissioned a survey and found 54% of consumers polled thought 5GE networks were as good or better than 5G networks. While competitors like Verizon and T-Mobile wrote letters or mocked AT&T on Twitter, Sprint is seeking an injunction in federal court to bar the company from using 5GE branding. Here's hoping it works, because this is pretty misleading. Apparently, Apple has finally released a fix for the FaceTime bug that forced the company to disable the feature in late January. The bug allowed people calling you to hear what you were saying, even if you never picked up. It's still not clear how long the bug was available, but the company's latest update included, quote, security updates that seem to have fixed it. Now you can feel safe saying, oh no, not Deborah again, when your annoying friend Deborah calls. Speaking of Apple, the company is starting to crack down on apps recording user activity in unclear ways. According to TechCrunch, Apple is telling developers to remove or properly disclose their use of analytics code to record how users interact with their iPhone apps or face removal from the App Store. A recent TechCrunch investigation revealed apps like Expedia, Hollister, and Hotels.com were using a third-party analytics tool to record every tap and swipe inside the app without asking for user permission. Boy, with every passing week, Apple's big CES billboard proclaiming to the world that what happens on your iPhone stays on your iPhone looks dumber and dumber. I think that's going to do it for today, folks. For links to these stories and more I didn't mention, as well as info on the new Pixel 3 giveaway we're doing right now, head on over to digit.com and subscribe to our newsletter. Remember to rate us on iTunes or Pocket Casts or wherever you get your podcasts, and hit that subscribe button. I'm Sam Moore at IamSmores on Twitter. Thanks for listening. Adam will be back Monday with more tech news.